Hi everyone, my name is Amna and welcome to the first video of my YouTube channel Lingua ESL Lessons. This channel is made to help people all around the world who are interested in learning essay writing, English vocabulary, idioms, phrases, and other techniques to help learn the basics or even to improve the basic skills to advanced level. This channel is especially for you if you are planning to take any test that require you to acquire academic writing skills. Moreover, if you are an English literature lover, you are exactly in the right place because I promise that in the upcoming videos, I'm going to review Shakespearean plays and also the contemporary and the classical novels, and that too in the upcoming 3 to 4 days. This video lesson is focused on helping you to find success in your writing. First off, you must have access to the rubric that shows essay requirement and what teacher expects you to write. Throughout the video, I will guide you through the possible mistakes students are likely to make in essay writing. I have seen students focusing more on the word limit and length of essay while ignoring what the teacher actually asked them to write. So before you start, be aware of the rubric and instructions. As a writer of essay, think of what the teacher expects you to write. Understand the teacher-writer-reader situation. So what do I mean by the teacher, writer, and reader situation? How does your essay is affected by teacher, writer, and reader situation? Let's begin with understanding what the situation means. Anytime you write for someone else, the writing, and I agree, it's true. Some rubrics emphasize essay content more. Others emphasize grammar more. While there are some that emphasize essay organization more, there's no way we can know what every teacher wants you to write, so no need to worry about that. What you need to focus on is the writing situation. However, there are some common and obvious writing areas: organization, essay content, grammar, essay comprehension, and beauty. Some folks rush headlong into attempting the complete essay task in one go. Believe me, that's the biggest mistake they do. Outlining and brainstorming are real time savers. Your writing process will include brainstorming, outlining or planning, drafting, and revising. As a beginner, you may consider these steps hard to follow, or maybe a time-taking process. But as you practice on, you will realize these steps are very natural in academic writing. The more well-planned the outlining, the quicker the drafting process will be. As in the drafting, we only organize essay content according to the outline. While in the final editing or revision step, we double-check the complete essay for any grammatical or mechanical error. Creativity is crucial, especially if you are aiming to take IELTS or GRE. You must work on your creative writing skills. Here are some tips and tricks on how to be creative on your writing desk. Be boundless in your thinking. I admit it's not easy. It's not easy to stop yourself from self-judgment and thinking that you might be writing unimpressive. Because while you're writing, you're not only writing, you're writing and you're also tempted to read. So you're both a writer. So far, we have learned about the rubrics and the instruction one must keep track of. We'll learn what steps are included in the process of writing an essay and how following those steps can save a lot of your time. Also the way to be creative in essay, because I have noticed whenever I use the word creativity among people, they think of it as a term that is restricted to arts and poetry and literature, but of course that's an erroneous thought. And in the last slide we learned about the do's and the don'ts of writing an essay. As a beginner, writing is always strenuous. I say it again and again. The first draft is just a huddle of ideas and thoughts. In other words, the first draft is a product of brainstorming. You may pause the video and give a quick read to this first draft. Free writing takeaway, or what we call the first draft, is that grammar doesn't matter, ideas do. I'm not claiming here that grammar doesn't matter at all. Of course it do, but students are tempted to focus more on the syntax and grammar. They forget about the ideas and how they leave impression on the reader that will ultimately affect their score. Intelligent writers always try to grab their readers' attention before saying anything about what the essay will be about. The first part of the introduction must include some attention catcher. In other words, one must use hook in the beginning. A hook can be a thought-provoking question or maybe an interesting fact. The second part of the introduction will include a glimpse of what the essay will be about. Eventually, the third part of the introduction is the thesis statement. A thesis statement is one sentence that includes the topic and your thought on that. Also, keep that in mind that your introduction should be short and sweet and powerful. So here are the sample topic: students in online classrooms. The fact can be anything like, according to a 2009 meta-study from Department of Education, students who took all or part of their class online perform better on average than those taking the same course through traditional face-to-face instruction. A question can be anything like, who wouldn't want to be able to go to the class at any time without having to commute? So you can use either of these two types in your beginning of your introduction, but remember, you cannot use both of them at the same time. Let's learn how to write an impressive thesis statement. A core element of thesis statement is our own thought on that, or what we call the controlling idea. Thesis statement should be written meticulously, it should be concise and to the point. To write a fine thesis statement, we have to look back at the rubric. For example, if the teacher expects us to illustrate something, we know that examples are needed to be given to show an idea. We not only look back at our topic, but also the outline. We ask ourselves, what idea can connect all the points together? Okay, now let's say for the topic students in online classrooms, I brainstorm 3 points. Online students should be enthusiastic, they need to be very responsible, and they should be self-motivated or sanguine. Let's have a look. How can you write down a short and sweet thesis statement out of it? Online student must be enthusiastic, responsible, and self-motivated. A quick reminder to how to write a good introduction. Start off with the hook, expand on your topic a little bit, and end your introduction with a thesis statement. Here comes a big part of your essay, body paragraphs. Students ask this question time and again, that how many body paragraphs should I write? I suggest ask your teacher, or more technically, the rubric will answer all such questions. But just to give you an idea, 3 body paragraphs are enough if you are asked to write a 500-word essay. But wait, there is no hard and fast rule for the number of paragraphs. Keep it in mind that quality always wins over quantity. So even if you opt for a 2 body paragraph essay, you're good to go, and that's perfectly fine. So how to start your body paragraph? Your body paragraph starts with a sentence that evinces the focus of paragraph. It is called the topic sentence. The topic sentence must connect to the thesis statement. In other words, it must be in coherence with the main idea of the essay. The topic sentence follows the elaboration on the topic, and it must be supported by further examples. The examples can be from the history, but remember that if you're taking examples from the history, you should add accurate reference for that. Or you can also take examples from everyday life. The conclusion is the final impression that makes your essay a memorable one. The conclusion starts with an incisive summary of essay, and note that the conclusion will contain no brand new facts or ideas, but it only revises all what has been said earlier. So in a nutshell, the concluding paragraph should be interesting and intriguing, because your aim as a writer is to leave the reader with final thoughts, encouraging them to linger on your ideas. How to add beauty in your essay. I recommend you to pause the video and give it a read. These are the 2 same paragraphs. The left one contains transition words, whereas the right one is devoid of any transition word. Transition words are like magic. The right paragraph looks monotonous and extremely dull, So you see what makes a beautiful essay beautiful. There's a lot more about how to add beauty in your writing, and you can know it by using a link in the description box. See you in the next video. Till then, stay home, stay safe.